Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harold. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over a breakdown of this month's trading and just doing a little comparison of last month, as well as just talking about what I'm going to do to approach the next trading month and what I'm going to be working on. So coming into this month, we had a P&L of $1,600, trade win percentage of 38%, took about 33 trades this month, average win to loss of 1.89, so not even a 2 to 1, and profit factor of 1.19. So it wasn't the best month for me, and as you guys can see in the P&L curve, right, we were kind of just consolidating in our P&L curve. And finally, around March, like midway through March, we adapted. The market conditions were really weird, and I was having a hard time adapting to the market. And I was being very stubborn with the way I was trading, and I'll talk more about that when I get into it. But yeah, we adapted, and then once we got around this level, we started thinking a little too much about our payout. And when you start thinking too much about the money, you know, you start taking losses. I was able to minimize those losses, but in the end, by the end of this month, I was never able to recover them. So I feel like I overtraded a lot this month because if you look here, we have one day with 4 trades, one day with 3 trades, another day with 3 trades, and if you look at last month, this is February, we only had one day with 3 trades. So just comparing it to last month, I definitely overtraded. February, just looking at the win percentage, it was a 50% win percentage on less trades taken. We only took 23 trades in February, had a higher average win to loss as well. So this month we definitely overtraded a lot, and that's something I'm going to be working on coming into next month. So going into the reports, so right now I use 2 different strategies. One is a reversal strategy, one is a continuation strategy. The continuation strategy is pretty much a breakout strategy that I was using, but the biggest problem was that this month price was not breaking out. Even like maybe by the halfway point of last month, like price was not breaking out. But I kept trying to force these breakouts. And as you guys can see, we had a win percentage of 28% for our continuation and a win percentage of 77% for our reversals. So once I adapted and started taking a little bit more reversals, that's when my P&L started going up a little more. But, the damage was done. We took 14 trades on continuation. But the worst part is that we took 9 trades on a no strategy. So when I take a really bad trade or a trade that just doesn't fit into my playbook and it didn't meet any of the requirements, I don't label it. I don't label it because it doesn't actually fit into the statistics of my strategy. So I like to just keep it out. But as you guys can see, I took 9 trades here that didn't fall into any category, and it was a 12% win rate and negative 1,700 P&L. So if I just even eliminated those trades right there, those bad trades that didn't make any sense, then we would have taken about 24 trades on the month, which would have been very similar to last month, and we would have been up 1,700. Or if you add that to whatever we were up, which was 1,600, we'd be up around 3,300. So just eliminating the unnecessary trades would have totally changed my P&L. So a couple things I am fixing for next month. One of them is our key level. So the areas where we take our trades, as you guys can see here, I took trades at so many different types of key levels. And this is not okay. This just creates too much variance in my trading, and it's just too many different possibilities. I think that's why I also overtraded. Like I was There was just too many different things I was looking at this month. Like I was planning properly, but I wasn't being strict enough. So a change that I made is that from now on, and I adapted this maybe a week or two ago, from now on I'm going back to what I normally used to do, was only using the previous day value areas and the weekly value areas and just looking at the chart and showing you guys what that means. This is my previous week value area, and then this is the previous day value area right here. This area right here. So I'm only going to be using these two different types of key levels. It helps me stay a little bit more patient, and if there's no trade, then I just don't take a trade for the day. So I don't know if you guys watched my last video, last month's trading breakdown, but what I do is I create reminders for myself, and I'll go into my notebook in TradeZella and I'll update my template. So in my template, one thing that I have is a reminders section, and this pretty much comes from what I learned this month going into the next month. So last month I was tweaking my TP system. I was working on that. I was working on only taking trades from 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. and I was telling myself to constantly practice situational analysis. Coming into this month, I'm going to be keeping the 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. because this month I had one day where I did break that rule. So I'm just going to put it in here one more time just to remind myself. So 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. trading only. That is the first reminder. The second reminder is only previous day value area and previous week value area key levels. Focus on higher quality setups over quantity. I think that this month I took too many B level trades, C level trades, maybe even F. Like they were just non-existent. So coming into this next month, just focus on A plus trades. Just keep taking A plus trades to get myself into the habit of really only looking for those high quality setups, right? And the last thing is focus on keeping profits instead of giving them back. This month, I think I gave back about $2,000 worth of profits. And this is because I was tweaking my take profit system, and I'm still somewhat working on it, but it's pretty much solidified. Last month, I was kind of just allowing them to run. And I think this is because in January, we were seeing price run a lot more. Early February, we were seeing price run a lot more. So I was losing out on a lot of profits, but then coming into this month, I was like, okay, then I'm gonna let them run. And then now I try to let them run, and they don't run because the market conditions changed, right? So coming back into this month, I'm just gonna stick to what I like and what I prefer in my trading, and it's being able to take those full profits. And before, I used to be a little bit confused just where is the best area to take profits. But because I use volume profiles, I'm just going to try to take advantage of volume profiles in terms of taking profits as well. So I just utilize these high volume nodes now. When I take profits, I keep it very simple, keep it very objective. And yeah, so that is it for the breakdown. I have a couple things that I'm just going to be working on coming into the next month. If you guys are following along, I also have my trading challenge that I'm doing right now, like the little boot camp that I'm going through to adjust my habits and to really solidify these better habits. Once I go through this boot camp, I'm gonna implement something else for the next like 2-3 weeks as another challenge and just keep improving little by little. And I think that before we know it, we're gonna be exactly where we want to be. So thank you for tuning into the video. I hope you guys also have a productive monthly review as well. And I'm just gonna be working on getting better next month. Just keep working on what I can and focusing on the process, and I know that everything else will follow. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.